come back to the Ceramidep next season as Real Madrid come forward, direct play, looking for Mbappe. Camavinga all on his own. Anchoring midfield tonight for Real Madrid. It's an important position for Eduardo Camavinga.
Well, it is, and it's important he retains the discipline that he doesn't normally have to show. He's normally
Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Really active at both ends of the pitch.
Lovely ball from Vinicius, and Bellingham is tripped, and that is an early yellow card, very, very early.
Yeah, and it's a question mark being asked by the Real Madrid players. Is it a top scoring opportunity? The way Foyth is reacting, he's in two minds there whether Bellingham just tripped. He's in behind. Bellingham gets across him. Does look like Bellingham's tripped over his own ankle. Kicked his own ankle, and whether there was a trip that I couldn't see from that angle, but Foyth did look back, amazed that the decision had gone against them.
It is a free kick for Real Madrid early on here. In place in number 10 by Fede Valverde. He was the only player in this starting 11 for Real Madrid to score in La Liga.
Taking a risk with the amount of players in the war. It was 3, then it was 2.
Well, they strikes it low, straight into the wall. It's with Guller. Goes down. Guller under pressure. Marcelino gave an interview in the Spanish papers this week. He was asked about Xabi Alonso losing his job. He says, what happened with Xabi Alonso didn't surprise me, it saddened me. Talking about how managers aren't given the time that they should. This is Marcelino's 788th game as a professional coach, one of the most experienced Spanish coaches in the Spanish top flight. Up against Álvaro Arbeloa, his second league game in charge.
I did think there was going to be another yellow card then. It's Parejo on the chest.
Chest and face.
Chest and face.
Here is Vinicius, accompanied by whistles.
It takes some doing to wind up these home supporters of Villereal. They're not known for being hostile.
No.
Up for a game against Real Madrid, of course they are. But I think the referee's got antagonised them. There we go. The ironic cheers. And the decision does go their way. See, they clearly strike Danny Parejo in the face.
He's saying, in la boca, hit me in the mouth.
His foul, but it shouldn't be deemed that way. You shouldn't have to judge it. Is it serious enough to be a penalty? No, it's a foul.
Okay, just about keeps it in. Carreras for company. Buchanan was on the first corner of the game. You can see this again. Lovely threaded pass.
It's a strong arm, isn't it, of
Yes.
Howson. Player running at pace, knocks him off balance.
I think you're right.
Anywhere else on the pitch, referee would have no problem blowing up for a foul there.
But that doesn't get given as a penalty. towards Pedraza, who was arriving at the back post, away by Asensio. Parejo might get another chance. Moleiro. Driving at Jude Bellingham. Play on, says the referee. The foul's been given against Jude Bellingham. No, it hasn't. It looked like the assistant was giving one thing and the referee giving another.
Yes, Moleiro and Bellingham. Bellingham falls on the ball.
Bellingham, who made a few headlines midweek. Scored the 6th goal against Monaco and celebrated in a fashion, mimicking he was having a few drinks. And, answer to certain stories about him being involved in the Madrid nightlife. And afterwards came out and said how it was just a bit of a joke to hit back at those comments that he knows are absolutely not true. He was smiling. Vinicius also spoke after midweek. The game against Monaco, he scored. He had a very, very difficult few days after being roundly whistled by the Bernabeu last week. Mastantuono putting them under pressure and coming away with the ball. Vega with the recovering challenge. Here is Vinicius Jr. Caveras dispossessed. Buchanan will look to launch this counter-attack. It's a clever-looking pass to Mikael Tadze. Great recovery challenge. From Villereal is Mbappe. Pedraza getting back to dispossess him. Mastantuono. Now to Vinicius. In from Vinicius Jr. Cleared by Vega. Vinicius, who hasn't scored in La Liga since the 4th of October. Last opponent he scored against was Villereal. Strong from Mbappe, but well watched by Vega. Back to Hausen. This is going to be the plan of the game for Villereal. Let Real Madrid have the ball here. Then try and transition quickly. Well watched by Pau Navarro. Villereal currently 16th in terms of average possession in La Liga. And sitting 3rd in the table. They are an example of not necessarily needing to have a lot of the ball in order to be successful. This is done by Gerard Moreno. Getting away from Camavinga, beautiful ball. Looking for Moleiro and finding him. Here is Alberto Moleiro. Pedraza in support. It's found Buchanan. Well, Buchanan with a really poor end to that move.
Yeah, terrible. I have to be honest, 10 minutes in now, seen very little quality. Certainly hasn't reached the quality I expect from both of these teams. Villereal would have made numerous mistakes at the back and possibly should have been punished by Real Madrid on 2 or 3 occasions, but Real Madrid then managed to make a mess of their opportunities. And that was a real piece of untidy play from Villereal, which was a promising counter-attack.
Vinicius up against Juan Foyth, the World Cup winning defender, getting the better of Vinicius.
Yeah, he's done well. He's had 2 occasions already. One was against Mbappe, where he positioned himself really well to anticipate the pass, because when it's a straight race, Mbappe's going to beat him. And likewise there, he positioned himself well against Vinicius.
Junior finding Gerard Moreno, who does brilliantly to find Paquet. That was vintage Gerard Moreno. Moledo driving forward. Here's Pedraza into the back post. Buchanan was arriving again. It's behind for a corner. Villereal causing problems down that left-hand side.
Yeah, Real Madrid went for the high press. Then Howson was guilty of going right into the opposite half against Gerard Moreno. Moreno was able to turn him, and then Real Madrid had a problem. Herreras does well, Pedraza does well, with a cross from the left side. It cuts out Thibaut Courtois, finds Gerard Moreno again. He's trying to cut it back to Mikatadze. An excellent block from Alvaro Carreras.
Terrific ball in from Pedraza. Villereal with another corner, left back to take. Towards Gerard Moreno, tried to flick. He's looking around to see if anyone else was coming to press. Okay.
This is how the home fans want their team to play, isn't it? Don't get impatient. They like their team building up at the back. They like the pass to feet, and also the ball in behind.
Watch there by Howson, winning the ball back. Here is Vinicius. He's got Master Antonio if he can find him. So many yellow shirts around Vinicius. No foul, says the referee. Attracted off the Villereal defence. Master Antonio was all on his own there. Vinicius unable to find him. Here's Master Antonio. Feels like there is an opening on the right-hand side of the Real Madrid attack for a player to make that position his own, whether it's Master Antonio, Rodrigo, Brahim, Gonzalo. There are options. Master Antonio does well to find Mbappe. Brilliantly watched by Pau Navarro. Terrific challenge from the young right-back. Gerard Moreno. Again, superb hold-up play. It's only his 9th league start of the season, Gerard Moreno. He's had some problems with injury. When he's fully fit and firing, there are a few better forwards in La Liga. Certainly in terms of footballing talent.
Technical ability, definitely. I think they'd rather Marcelin would prefer him to be doing that a little bit higher up the pitch. That is his job tonight, to drop in, to be the link-up play, making Townsend then be the player that makes those runs in behind. Gerard Moreno's trying to draw Dean Howson from that centre-back position.
Well, he dispossessed Camavinga looking to try and get back. Does have the pace on Gerard Moreno. In the end, was able to make the recovering challenge. Never the quickest, Gerard Moreno.
No, even when he was 23, certainly not 33. Probably could have protected the ball better there, held the ball up with his right foot away from Camavinga. But he's really been instrumental, and you see magical work there to evade 2 or 3 challenges from Real Madrid.
Pedraza going past Mastantuono, continuing his run. He's been found as well. Pedraza getting forward. Takes out a deep, deep cross. Buchanan keep it in. Here is Moreno. Parejo calling for him. Strong challenge from Navarro. Bellingham falls back to Housen, will clear his lines. As far as Gay finds Moleiro. Villereal looking threatening in the final third.
Good spell from the home team and an improvement in their performance in terms of retaining possession. Bellingham and his teammates knew this was going to be a test tonight, that's for sure. For the outcome, it certainly will be that. It's proving to be that at the moment.
Vinicius. Headers back to Housen.
He's gone and played in the inside right position.
Ula tucking in and giving the ball away. Gay can't find Moreno. Here is Gerard Moreno again. Looking for Mikautatse. Well, it wasn't easy for George Mikautatse. Couldn't get that shot on target. Again, Gerard Moreno at the heart of everything as Villereal come forward.
Yep, lovely left-footed cross from Gerard Moreno. It was there to be hit. Not worth cutting the ball back to a teammate. It was there, it was inviting, it was on the volley. Difficult technique. I have to be honest, one that he has.
Yes.
In the locker, to be honest. He can do better than what we saw there.
Gay. Mikautatse. The most expensive signing in Villereal's history. Spent a lot of money on him in the summer. They did have quite a few euros in the coffers.
Yep.
Pino, Edno Barry, some high-profile, big money departures this summer, and of course Alex Baena, the biggest of them all. Bellingham. Back to Housen.
Too slow at times, isn't it, Real Madrid? A movement off the ball as well.
That seems to be something we've seen week in, week out. They just seem to stand there waiting for the ball to be passed to them instead of moving into space. Now pretty comfortable with that at the moment. Now Guler, a chance to run, finding Valverde. Back to Guler. And still Arda Guler. He made that chance out of nothing, Arda Guler. And it's straight at Luis Junior.
Or just kick downfield to the goal.
Yeah. Here is Bellingham.
Real Madrid with a little spell of possession and attempt on goal. Just take the heat out of the game and get your team shape back instead of volleying it straight down the field. Giving it straight back to Real Madrid. Back on the attack again.
Mastantuono. Arda Guler is in the penalty area, as is Bellingham. Mastantuono. Vinicius. Parejo takes it off Vinicius, and Juan Foyth is on the floor. And let's see, he looks a little bit worried, holding his ankle.
He looks resigned to the fact that he's got a problem,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look as if it's It has to be a substitution for
Yeah.
Villereal. Not rolling around in agony. It's a block attempt here and just goes down. That's a real worry.
Yeah.
My guess would be Achilles tendon.
Achilles, yeah.
Going back to the movement of Real Madrid, when they get the ball in the final third, they come alive, and the movement is dynamic, it's good, and there's options. It's from the defence into midfield, and then when the midfield are deep, looking to play the ball into the front players, everybody's static. When they get that final third, they all have an interest in the game because there's a goal to be had, and invariably there is. See Arda there with the first genuine attempt at the goal for Real Madrid. Good skills, a little bit of possession play. As I said, that movement was dynamic from all the players involved. An excellent save there, Luis Junior. This is a worrying sight for 1-4.
Rafa Marin preparing to come on.
You run a go of it, and that's a sure sign that it's the Achilles has probably snapped. No one near him, just goes to push off. You can see him immediately. I've done two of those, so I know the experience. It feels like someone's actually kicked you on the back of the ankle as hard as they can kick you. The worry then is when you look round and no one's there.
So off goes 1 point.
Why not use the stretcher? It's ridiculous. The stretcher game was dismissed and then probably into the touchline. Consoled by Franco Mastantuono. Nice touch.
Drawn it off. And on comes Rafa Marin. Former Real Madrid Castilla defender. Through the Real Madrid Youth Academy. To face his former side. Off goes Juan Foyth. First change of the night. By Navarro looking to release Mikhail Tadze. Asensio almost getting into problems. Still no sign of the stretcher.
It was there and they dismissed it.
Gerard Moreno dispossessed by Vinicius. Looking to switch play, but he's giving it straight back to Moleiro. Covering challenge from Asensio was an important one.
Well, nothing challenged that, wasn't it? Lunged in. In the nick of time, and again.
Bellingham, lovely ball to Mastantuono. Mbappe is calling for it. Mastantuono. And Bellingham, who sets up Güler. Well, a player of his quality with his ability from that range should have hit the target.
Yep, obviously should be keeping that low. The attempt at goal was down by Dani Parejo. Never threatened the goal of Luis Junior as Villereal come to terms with substitution, losing their player as that challenge from Asensio. Villereal gets there first, doesn't it? Just dink it over the lunge from the Real Madrid centre-back. Mastantuono looks lively down the right flank, doesn't he? And we forget with some of these young players that play in La Liga, particularly in the big clubs, we forget how young they are. And it's a hell of a signing, to be a hell of a player.
Still 18.
Exactly.
He also had a groin issue as well, which is slightly difficult to get rid of as they now come forward. Dispossessed Mastantuono. Cannon on his left-hand side. Moleiro up ahead of him. Mikhail Tadze. Well read by Jude Bellingham, dispossessing Parejo. He's Vinicius with some space to run into. Vinicius finding Couler, but it was just behind him. Couldn't take that ball in his stride, wasn't the best of passes. Mbappe is a frustrated figure. Okay, finding Alberto Moleiro, Villereal's top scorer this season. Alberto Moleiro, 8 goals in La Liga. Turning into a fine signing from Las Palmas.
Brilliant signing, isn't it?
Here's Mbappe. Vinicius back to Mbappe. His first sight of goal. Straight out Luis Junior. Gave the ball away a little bit too quickly, Luis Junior.
I think Marcelino's going to have a word with the goalkeeper at half-time. He keeps giving away the ball cheaply, and the wise thing would be to keep possession.
Moleiro. Frustrated groan from the home fans. Obviously bringing it forward. The game is open. More open perhaps than we expected it to be. Navarro. There's been a couple of really impressive challenges so far in this game.
I think the game is open. I'm struggling to identify the team shape of Real Madrid now. Vinicius is playing central, Mbappe is playing central, Arda is playing almost as a number 10. Bellingham's playing out on the left, Camavinga's holding deep in midfield. If it's an open game though, it suits Real Madrid rather than Villereal.
Absolutely. Almost every single impressive Real Madrid performance this season has come against opponents who have given them spaces to run into. Here's Parejo.
I don't know if there has been a change from either or. Vinicius definitely starting on the left.
Backer firing it across, away by Howson. Vega. Looking for Pedraza again and finding him. Real Madrid can't clear their lines. It's with Moreno to Parejo. Renato Vega, heavy touch, out to Pedraza again. Handball given against Renato Vega.
The heavy touch almost lent itself to Vega having the shot. He chose to go wide. He didn't like to stand wide open in the first handle there. Vinicius has gone back out to the left, so back down the middle. Some more orthodox midfield. You can see Camavinga stepping in after good and Bellingham playing closely together there, more compact. Now Bellingham charges forward, making them running behind.
Great looking ball. Unable to find Bellingham. Can't be done by Villereal, but then given away. Couler who crosses lines. It's a very inopportune moment for young Turkish player. Villereal look to come forward now. Mikhail Tadze. Moreno. Moleiro, space for the shot. Charged down by Valverde.
Both teams wrestling to get grip on the game, unable. For 3 or 4 minutes you think Real Madrid are on top, for 3 or 4 minutes you think Villereal are on top.
Here's Pedraza again. Challenge from Mastantuono.
It's a lovely crossing, Alfonso Pedraza. Trust me, they're difficult to get on the end of them. There's so much power in them, at times too much power. It's almost like a shot when he fires it across goal. Even if you are able to get on the end of it, it's really difficult for a striker to get a controlled finish. really does creeping into really advantageous positions. Valero tucks inside, he goes on the overlap. Real Madrid are not picking him up. Santuano takes to the rescue there.
Almost fell to Gerard Moreno. Mbappe looking to launch the counter-attack. Brilliant pass. Didn't quite find Vinicius. Paquet. Ball down by Camavinga. Avoids a yellow card.
Well, they were lucky Villereal there. They just had the Buchanan, one of their quickest players, who's back now to intercept that counter-attack from Real Madrid. Then when the ball broke loose, they were crashing to the ground. It's interesting to see the belief of the Villereal players. Do they believe they can challenge for the title? Do they believe they can beat Real Madrid, or are they content just for a top four finish? Challenges there from the cup competitions, apart from one remaining game in the Champions League. It's Leverkusen on Wednesday, then they can really focus on La Liga.
And they hope towards Gerard Moreno too much on that.
And mentally, that's the difficult aspect for Marcelino, to convince this group of players, a relatively new team as well, lots of new players, that they can challenge Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid for the whole season. As we said, questions being asked because the games they've lost have been against Atletico and Real Madrid and Barcelona. Last week away from home against Betis.
I had Villereal described to me as a side that win the games you expect them to win, but lose the games you might expect them to lose.
Fantastic squad of Berwick on the bench there. Maxi Perry's on the bench. And Oliver Say's on the bench as well. He's done well when he's had opportunities this season. There's Pepe, Thomas Partey, Rafa Marina's already come on. It's a fabulous squad. But they are a mystery. Why they're so bad in the Champions League, and they went out on the Copa del Rey to Segunda Division team clash in Santander. It's really hard to tell people that Villereal are a good team. Tonight's their opportunity to show that they can mix in with the best in the league.
They had a tough Champions League draw, it has to be said. Manchester City, Juventus, Borussia Dortmund, Tottenham. But then they lost to Pacos, and they lost to Copenhagen.
I feel they lost interest in the competition when they were getting beat by those teams. The fight is on to be in the competition again next season.
They've never qualified for the Champions League 2 seasons in a row. That is the big challenge for this squad. Real Madrid edging possession. About perhaps a bit more possession than we were expected.
What would like?
Coming around Navarro. Another superstar from Navarro.
They've got two young players. Navarro, 20 years of age. Still 30 minutes from the youngster. On top of the ball, dispossess Vinicius. And on 2 or 3 occasions already, we've seen.
Here.
I've seen him shuffle and playing as a centre-back as well during games as well. Pleased that Marcelino recognised his talent, playing him there on a regular. It's a surprise now if he's not starting. He's been that good.
Spread out to Pedraza. by Valverde. It's with Moleiro. Kicks a cross in. I think it's a little bit crisp, but I'll watch my foot one.
Guys, it's something I want to be busy with. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Just want to
Centre forward position, either Gerard Moreno or
maybe just take a
Cante
nap.
were there.
I'm really tired today.
Should have been.
So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, follow myself. Yeah, guys, and I changed myself volume with music to full on myself.
Frustrated getting a talking to from the referee. If he's good tonight, he's suspended for next week's game at home to Rayo Vallecano, Vinicius.
Yeah, I changed. I changed volume music, myself volume music to full on myself, my personal name, and my personal surname.
To Bellingham. Bellingham again, head up, spreading it out wide. To Goulet. Great ball in. Strong header away from Rafa Madrid. First corner of the night for Real Madrid.
Alfonso Pedro's an issue there. Left on his own. He's able to get out, confront Arda who pops up on that right wing position. Just Antoine took the defenders away. Come forward Arda that time to whip that with his left foot into the danger area. Time on set piece now.
In from Goulet. Another opportunity. Short in from Goulet towards the back post. Hassan was there. Cleared.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This was a reaction video to Real Madrid versus Villereal. Madrid versus Villereal.
Bellingham to Camavinga. Hassan has stayed up from the corner. Sensio making his way back. Hansen get back in defence. It's worked out to Goulet. Floated it out to Bellingham. Lovely pass.